A pleasant day to each and everyone. I'm Kim Ashley M. De Jesus from BSc 31. So for today, I'm going to discuss the Office of Alternative Dispute Resolution. So let's begin. What is oadr? It is the Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution, established under Republic Act Number 9285, is an agency of the Department of Justice in the Philippines. It aims to promote and expand the use of alternative dispute resolution in public and private sectors, empowering parties to resolve disputes fairly. The OADR has the authority to appoint mediators, conduct training, certify practitioners, and maintain an ADR resource center. Its effectiveness relies on monitoring practices and recommending improvements aligned with international standards. Objectives. The objectives of the Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution are: first, promote, develop, and expand the use of ADR in the private and public sectors. OADR aims to increase awareness and usage of ADR methods like mediation and arbitration in both public and private companies or individuals. The goal is to encourage more people to resolve disputes outside of court, which can save time and money. Number 2, assist the government to monitor, study, and evaluate the use of ADR by the public and private sectors. So, OADR helps the government keep track of how ADR is being used by both private businesses and government offices. They analyze how effective ADR methods are, identify any problems, and suggest improvements. 3. Recommend to Congress necessary legal changes to develop, strengthen, and improve ADR practices in line with world standards. So, ADR advises lawmakers in Congress on changes that need to be made to the country's laws regarding ADR. This helps improve the way ADR is practiced in the Philippines, making it more effective and aligned with international standards. So, OADR vision is an enlightened society that rises above conflicts and empowers parties in making arrangements to settle their own disputes that is fair and just for all. So, the OADR wants to create a society where people understand how to peacefully resolve conflicts. Their vision is for everyone to be able to settle disputes fairly without the need for courts, and where both sides feel empowered to reach just agreements. OADR mission is to promote and institutionalize the effective and ethical use and practice of ADR in the country. The OADR's mission is to promote and establish the use of alternative dispute resolution. Across the Philippines, they aim to make sure ADR methods are used properly, ethically, and effectively to help people settle conflicts. Service pledge. The OADR promises to provide high-quality services including promoting ADR, offering training, accrediting professionals, and developing policies for both public and private sectors. They commit to following all relevant laws and constantly improving their systems to make sure everyone involved is satisfied. The powers of OADR: to act as appointing authority of mediators and arbitrators when the parties agree in writing that it shall be empowered to do so. B. To conduct seminars, symposia, conferences, and other public fora and public proceedings of said activities and relevant materials, information that would promote, develop, and expand the use of ADR. C. To establish an ADR library or resource center where ADR laws, rules, and regulation, jurisprudence, books, articles, and other information about ADR in the Philippines and elsewhere may be stored and accessed. Next, to establish training programs for ADR providers, practitioners, both in the public and private sectors, and to undertake periodic and continuing training programs for arbitration and mediation, and charge fees on participants. It may do so in conjunction with or in cooperation with IBP, private ADR organization, and local and foreign government offices and agency and international organizations. Next, to certify those who have successfully completed the regular professional training programs provided by the oadr. Next is to charge for services rendered such as, among others, for training and certification of ADR providers. Next is to accept donation, grants, and other assistance from local and foreign sources. And next is to exercise such other program as may be necessary and proper to carry into effect the provisions of the oadr Act. The purpose of the powers granted to the Office of Alternative Dispute Resolution is to ensure that ADR methods are widely used, properly managed, and effective. Next is the function of oadr. First is to promote, develop, and expand the use of ADR in the private and public sectors through information, education, and communication. Next is to monitor, study, and evaluate the use of ADR by the private and public sector for purpose of, among others, policy formulation. Next is to recommend to Congress needful statutory changes to develop, strengthen, and improve ADR practices in accordance with international professional standards. Next is to make studies on and improvement linkages for the development, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of government and private ADR programs, and secure information about their respective administrative rules, procedures, problems encountered, and how they were resolved. Next is to compile and publish a list or roster of ADR providers, practitioners who have undergone training by the oadr or by such training providers institution recognized or certified by the oadr as performing function in an ADR system. The list or roster shall include the addresses, contact numbers, email address, ADR service rendered. Example is arbitration, mediation, and experience in ADR of the ADR providers, practitioners. Next is to compile a list of or roster of foreign or international ADR providers, practitioner. The list of roster such include the addresses, contact numbers, email address. Next, to perform such other functions as may be assigned to it. oadr maintains an official list of people who are qualified to provide ADR services in the Philippines, such as mediators and arbitrators. This list includes their contact information, services offered, and experience. It helps parties in a dispute easily find qualified ADR professionals. The purpose of this function is to ensure that alternative dispute resolution becomes widely used and effective method for resolving conflicts in the Philippines by educating the public, monitoring how ADR is used, providing trained and certified professionals, and recommending improvements to law. oadr helps create a more efficient, accessible, and fair system of resolving dispute. This reduces the need for lengthy and costly court battles and aligns the Philippines with global standards for dispute resolution. The divisions of OADR. First is Secretariat shall provide necessary support and discharge such other function and duties as may be directed by the Executive Director. Next is Public Information and Promotion Division shall be charged with the dissemination of information, the promotion of the importance and public acceptance of mediation, conciliation, arbitration, or any combination thereof and other ADR forms as a means of achieving speedy, efficient means of resolving all disputes and to help in the promotion, development, and expansion of the use of ADR. Next is Training Division shall be charged with the formulation of effective standards for the training of ADR practitioners, conduct of training in accordance with such standard issuance of certification of training. The ADR practitioners and ADR service providers who have undergone the professional training provided by the OADR, and the coordination of the development, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of government and private sectors ADR programs. Next is Records and Library Division shall be charged with the implementation with the establishment and maintains of a central repository of ADR laws, rules and regulations, jurisprudence, books, articles, and other information about ADR in the Philippines and elsewhere. By having these divisions work together, OEDR can effectively promote ADR, maintain high standards, and make resources easily available, leading to a more efficient and widely used system for resolving disputes outside of court. 5. The ADR-related laws, policies, and issuance. Law. Republic Act No. 9285. This law establishes the OADR and formally recognizes the use of ADR system in the Philippines. It sets the foundation for ADR practices, policies, and the role of the OADR is promoting and overseeing ADR. Executive Orders. Executive Order Number 78 Series of 2012. This order mandates the use of ADR mechanisms in contracts involving public-private partnerships and local government agreements. It encourages the integration of ADR in significant government projects. Executive Order Number 97 Series of 2012. This order enhances the role of OADR by giving it management and oversight responsibilities for ADR programs within the executive branch of the government. Circulars. Department Circular Number 98 Series of 2009. This circular provides the implementing rules and regulation for Republic Act No. 9285, detailing how the law should be applied and enforced. Department Circular Number 49 Series of 2012. The circular sets accreditation guidelines for ADR providers and training standards for practitioners, helping maintain quality and professionalism in ADR services. Department Circular Number 38 Series of 2014. The circular outlines the fees associated with the accreditation of private ADR organizations and practitioners which help fund OADR's activities. Uniform Rules on Dispute Resolution under Presidential Decree No. 249. These rules provide a standardization process for dispute resolution among government agency and related entities. All these laws, executive orders, and circular create a comprehensive legal and regulatory framework that empowers the OADR to fulfill its mission. They establish the necessary guidelines, standards, and responsibility for promoting and implementing ADR in the Philippines. This framework ensures the ADR is a viable and effective option for resolving dispute issues in the public and private sectors. So that's all. Thank you. I hope you understand what I have discussed.